Hi everyone and welcome back to PilotRc. Finally, we had a new big box in the studio and of course long awaited model that I really have been missing for a few years. We're talking about the PilotRc Skywolf, but this is the version 2 and I heard so many good things about it and I really loved this plane. I had the version 1, but sadly I sold it so that I could finance my pits from Hangar 9, which wasn't the plane that I really liked. A beautiful plane, but it wasn't for me. And I started to regret selling the Skywolf. But now I have a new one. It's the version 2 and it's in different color scheme. A color scheme that I really like. I thought that we are going to split up these videos so that the first one now is us unboxing the plane, talking a little bit about the upgrades from the version 1 to the version 2, and of course preparing the model for assembly, and I will show you what I have chosen to have inside the plane and what type of power management I'm using. So let's just dive straight into the box. I have opened the box, of course, to see if there were something wrong. Everything seems like it's whole and nothing is damaged. On top, we have the vertical stabilizer with the stab. One of the things, colors don't do great on pictures, I believe, because I thought this was gray, but it's actually silver, silvery color, and together with the orange, it's just beautiful. You can see here, great finish. This, I think, is the only one that hasn't had pre-cut slots for rudder horns. But it's easy to find them and I'm going to show you that when we start assembling the plane or making it ready for assembly. And of course, here comes one of the great things with the version 2. On the version 1, you had to do the horizontal stabilizer. You had to slide it in the fuselage of the plane and correct it and make sure that it's level and straight. No more permanent horizontal stabilizers. Put them in the fuselage, tight the screws, and you're good to go. And this makes me so happy because that means when I'm traveling, I can put this, I can put the whole airframe in a roof box on my car, just disassemble the landing gear and the horizontal stabilizer, and I'm good to go. So that means I can take it with me everywhere I go. And here you can see they have pre-cut the slots for the rudder horns, which makes it even faster to assemble. So I'm happy about that. Now here we have the other side. I'm just going to put it here. And here, look at this. It is so beautiful. It is the 2.2.5 meter wingspan version. They are not very protective, but you can use these bags as wing bags until you get some decent one. And here you can see the aileron and the flaps, and they have already pre-cut slots for the rudder horns. You can see here you have the plastic bolts for the mounting of the wings. Here is the second wing. I'm going to just put it here. We don't need to do that. We have some stickers. One of the things that annoyed me a little bit about packing, unboxing this one for the first time, is that these were just lying around in the box. The tape that was used to fasten these to the box, they were also over the stickers. So I need to find a way to clean off the glue so that they don't look like shit. But anyway, beautiful. can see them. Wing tubes for the horizontal stabilizer, and of course the main wings. And the cowl. Really, it is so sad that I need to cut into this one because I need some cooling for the engine. But it's so beautiful. And that color scheme is just amazing. A dark silvery, almost a little magenta into it. It is so beautiful. Some of you even recognize that we have done some restoration of our hobby room. Elna was helping me yesterday, and the overall color is so much better. And of course, my pride, the Twin Otter, is in the back. So, wheel coats. I'm not sure if you can see it on video, but the orange is really, really appealing. It's such a great color. And with that silvery, it is a little bit magenta into it, I believe. It can also be the lighting. It's just beautiful. I can't wait to start assembling this plane. And this is going to be our all-year airplane. I have ordered some special skis for it, and you will see that when I show you the engine later on. We are using the same engine though as we did in the first version, so but we're going to talk about that a little later. Here we have the landing gear, which is orange but in carbon fiber, and they are thin and they are not that bulky. Here we have a whole belt of accessories, links. These are a big improvement from last time, and also a little wrench and some Allen keys, servo connector savers, or those security clamps, screws, and of course fiberglass rudder horns, which we are going to talk a little bit about in a few minutes. Wheel assembly with bolts. Actually, I don't like these foam wheels, but the rims on them is quite cool. Take a closer look a little bit later. But yeah, I believe I want to use some other wheels, but it's a shame because I like these rims. A little bonus, you have this one, remove before flight. And of course the bolts for the wheels, and fuel cap. That is quite cool. They include a fuel cap, a carbon spinner. This one is, it looks like, when I'm looking at it, it's sort of an Italian white. It is a bit, it has some bit shimmer on it. I'm not sure if it is the bag. We can try to take off the bag. Okay, no, it was the plastic that did the effect. So, but what I really want to do, I think I want to rub it down and paint it orange. But since this is the part one of the video, I will give you guys a bit time to comment in the comment section below. And I will not paint this one before at the end, perhaps the last video. So if you think I should paint it orange, throw a comment in the comment section below. Tail wheel assembly. Thinking about the quality that it had on the version 1, it was great quality, and this feels like it's really, really good quality. It is also carbon fiber, and the wheel is tight and firm. So yeah. And we have a bag with a lot of plywood and a lid, of course, and a mount for the throttle servo, and also some plywood that you should mount if you are using canisters and so on. Everything is here. Another thing that I like with these models, or PilotRc, is they always send a little bag of reserve coating. A little bit of silver, a little bit of orange, a little bit of white, and a little bit of black. And that is always good to have. If you puncture your wing or something like that, you can just iron on one of these. And of course, what we all have been waiting for, the main star of this show, the fuselage. Or the body. Holy mother. Look at this. Let us unwrap it. Holy mother. So when I had the version 1, someone told me that this plane is so ugly that it's actually sexy. And it is it is a sexy airplane. It's flat, it's really slim to the body, but what this airplane can do in the air is just amazing. I will call it a hybrid because you can do so much aerobatic with this plane. Yet alone what you can do with other high-winged airplanes. This one is made for some real beating. So, what is new on this body? I'm actually a little bit scared of putting it down here because I like to have something under it. One of the first things that I do when I start assembling airplanes is that I put on the landing gear so that it can stand on the wheels or the landing gear itself. This one has, let me show you, these ones and the one in front to open the top hatch. Like this. No more hatches flying away and no more screws to fasten it. A great, really great update from PilotRc. And you can also take off this front, and that is this button. So that you can easily get to the fuel tank and everything that's inside here. As you can see, they have added a clear tank, a transparent tank, which I think is super great. A lot of room for installing stuff, a lot of room to get inside with your hands. Well, I'm super happy. I'm just going to clear off the table a little bit and we are going to talk about what we are going to install in this plane. So what type of power do we want in our plane? Well, I want it to be fast and I want it to be aerobatic. I want to be able to hover with it. And of course, I want something that is reliable. And of course, I want something that is reliable. So we went with DLE. And this is the same engine that we had in the previous version. The version 1. This is the 55 RA with back mufflers, which fits this one much better. Hopefully they have done some better measurements for this engine because they are promoting it for sort of being the best engine for the plane, and it will fit with the column. Stickers from DLE, and a manual, of course. Oh, it smells like heaven. Standoffs, shims and nuts. Ignition system, capable from 4.8 volts to 14 volts. So we are going to use 2-cell battery for this one, as we always do. And some extra parts, an extra spring for the ignition hood, hoodie top. I'm not sure what you guys call it. But anyway, it is ignition system. The rear muffler isn't much, but it's something. And provided, we also have heat resistant tubes extending the muffler pipes. Some bolts and a gasket, is it that you call it? I believe so. And finally, I know there is one out there now called Captain Blas from Petrinci Brothers. He is drooling now. I'm really looking forward to this. It's not a big motor, but Jesus, it packs some good punch. And I was so happy with the first one, and it was so easy to break in. So I guess I will have no problem with this one at all. Of course, I'm faithful to servos that I've been using for the last 14 years. And that is PilotRc. Never had any problems with the high voltage servo type. There were some problems with the cheaper one, but that's a long time ago. Never had any problems with the high voltage servos. So these ones are capable of 32 kilos on max power, which is 8.4 volts. Beautiful servos. You can only see 4 of them. If you want to check them out, they are called B4S. It's the new series from PilotRc. I have some older ones, which I think is going in the back of the plane. One for the side rudder, one for the left horizontal stabilizer, and one for the right horizontal stabilizer. And these ones are a bit old, but these pack 36 kilos on 8.4 volts. So these are called DS3225HV. So I'm running a PowerSafe Evolution from Spectrum. This one is shit old. This is from 2011 and it still works. It hasn't been used that much. It was in the Beast, but I thought this would be a great addition to this one. And of course we're using a 23x8 carbon propeller. The reason why I'm using a carbon now is because that's the one that I have laying around. And they are a bit expensive, but I was breaking in this engine with Biela carbon propeller on the version 1, which have the same weight to it, and it's also recommended from the DLE factory that you're using a 23x8 to run in the engine and overall everyday use. Okay, orange paint. What are you thinking about, Bengt? The pop color on the version 1 was red, so we did paint all the rudder horns red, and that gave it a beautiful effect. And I'm going to do the same now, but I'm going to do them orange, of course, because orange is the color that pops, and I want to have these rudder horns orange. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and I'm going to show you a clever way to do it as well when we start with the assembly. Thank you all for sticking around. Hopefully I will see you in the part 2 video where we are going to put the landing gear on the plane and starting to assemble servos and rudder horns.